This was earlier today. Lexi Thompson at the third.
It's an accessible hole location, but she also had a little bit of luck on her side. Got a good assist.
You pop off on the Symetra Tour. This was at the 6th, and that tied the lead.
That wasn't all that she did well. Only 2 par 5s on this golf course, so not a ton of gimme scoring opportunities, but able to take advantage of this on the 7th.
Has put together one of the best rounds that we've seen in a long time. This for birdie at the 8th.
Yeah, when you take into account how challenging we saw.
And then at the par 3 9th.
And this whole location was tucked. You really had to be precise on your alignment, making sure you're hitting your points, because there's a little ridge just to the left of it. She sneaks it.
Lydia Ko is in for 3. Good stroke. Good read.
Really nice up and down.
Leaving her 7-8 feet here. Slightly uphill. Easy 3.
Well, it teaches you have to go with what's comfortable, and right now she is feeling a lot of comfort with the putter in her hand.
You'd know it's a little softer underfoot.
It is, but it's even that's starting to dry out, Tom, as this week's going on, and I think the players can be quite thankful for that little bit of softness and a little bit extra slowness to these greens too, because these greens would be treacherous if they were at full speed.
Just glad that it was last week and not this week, because
True.
I don't think they would have been able to play at all.
A par putt for Kari Webb at the 10th.
Little fooled. Little fooled.
Tied for 10th all time on the LPGA Tour with 41 wins. 7 majors, including the Super Slam.
Save in the end. Still a drop shot.
Over that further.
Sorry, Jim.
Do you ever have those putts
Off for the bogey. He's going to drop it back to 5 under. It's going to be her first bogey of the day. It's been a wonderful round so far with those 5 straight birdies.
You can see that deep swale just beyond her.
That was a nice up and down from behind the green.
Was it ever? And an early bogey.
She should have gotten a good read from her 2 other players in her group and take advantage of that.
With an average one. Or a foot with a good one.
Better than average.
Mm-hmm.
So much for that bogey at the 13th.
I wonder how much they went out trying to maybe prove a little something. A lot of people get up for good pairings. You see it in other sports too. You play to your competition, and both of them having great days playing with the world number 1.
Third shot for Allie McDonald at 14.
Gripped it nicely, but knows that putt's not as easy as if it had stopped about 3 feet shorter. Would have been straight up the hill. Now it's time to get down to business. Pretty straight putt up the hill.
Yeah, it was fun to listen to her talk about the competition side of it, how much she missed, competing, and that's what all these athletes live for. You live for that rush, and hitting shots that you want to hit or want to pull off. The one thing missing, of course, is the fan reaction, which is also a way that a lot of players feed off of.
Yeah.
An education on hockey from Johan Carlson, Linnea Strom's caddy. Third for Brooke.
playing that low, slowly, gently into all the way.
And that'll be for birdie for Brooke.
This is Angel Yin for birdie.
Yeah, great birdie.
Doesn't appear to be any doubt in her head, Paige, when she takes that final look at the hole.
It's amazing how much. Wow. Speaking of,
Hold it.
it's just amazing how much golf can change and how quickly it can change. I mean, a year ago today, can you imagine someone saying, hey, you're going to be a major champion playing with the #1 player in the world and leading a golf tournament by 4 shots?
So that she's one of the players that really COVID kind of stopped the momentum that she had, for sure. Trying to regain a little bit of that back. Came third last week in Japan when she played.
15.
Ali McDonald for par. And it's going to be a drop shot. Fall back to 2 under and her first bogey of the day.
Lapping the field. Up 4, pop off.
That is a really nicely struck drive. She wanted to turn over just a little more, but it's going to be fine. It's so interesting, Paige. He hits that standard draw with probably the weakest left-hand grip in women's golf.
Pop off, leading by 4.
That was a 6-iron from 166, turning a little left. Might hit the stick.
Ooh.
Incredible performance today.
No, you don't do that.
That was a little wishy on the stroke. A little more hit than we've seen before. I think might have been an announcer jinx on that one.
Possibly.
Only a par. Fossey for birdie.
I think that's what I found so inspirational about both Popoff and McDonald this year. In both cases, you saw that sense of what I was doing was the right path. That was what I needed to do to get to this point.
The putt for Sierra Brooks. Sponsor invite. Symetra Tour player. And a good bounce back.
Oh, very
Really
nice.
well done.
Thanks.
Short birdie putt for Sierra Brooks. Be back-to-back birdies. Nice response after the double bogey. Yeah, well done.
It's a good camera angle to see. It looked like she started it right on the line she was intending. It's half the battle.
Should be a pretty good look. It'll be a par for Jin Young Ko, and she will remain 2 over for the day, which is tied 49th, so easily inside the cut line. Remember, it's top 70 in ties. Family are very happy to see her win, as a lot of people were. Now Popov for par, no problems there. She can't believe that it lipped out the first time. Okay, didn't want to drop a shot there. 13th. Tough hole to make a par on today for some players, but not Heiji.
How about the birdie putt for Brooke here at 16, Karen?
Well, initial look is you think it's downhill all the way, but there's a first bit that's a little bit uphill that I think that's what took the speed off of it for her there.
The golf course is playing almost 2.5 strokes over par, and Popoff is 7 under. Oh, what do you think?
Thank you.
Let that finish. And Sierra Brooks for par. You never know.
Thanks. Hey, great playing with you. It's always fun.
That Lake Oconee, 17.
Good opportunity for Brooke here, her second.
It is just 89 yards, and I could hardly feel any wind where we're standing.
Sunset about an hour or so away.
That was a really nice looking golf shot right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait.
A McDonald by any other name. Allie with a beauty. Dinner taste even sweeter. Maybe a little Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. It'd be to tie for a low score in the non-pop-off division.
How about it?
Yeah, she deserved it after that approach shot.
You never quite know how a player's going to respond after that first victory.
Lydia Ko for a birdie at the 17th.
And really, if I had to pinpoint any area of our game that's been missing, it was the putting.
Until now, you say.
There you go.
Third birdie of the day for Lydia. It gets her back to 1 over, which is tied 32nd.
Ashley Buhai lost a playoff in Portland.
This is the 15th hole, not 16. That's the par 3. Good 2 there for Ashley Buhai.
You pitch a couple before, a few before.
She lipped out at 17, just missed at 18. Still a 64, twice as good as her nearest competitor, and her low round. The shadow she casts is long. As the world's #1 player, she is back, and that's a better score than it may seem. Let one get away at the 18th, but she makes one from off the green at 8. She rolled in the long one at 15. It's a 64, and it's the best by 3. Heiji Kang at 14, the par 5.
Putt on the last she made was downhill. This one also downhill.
Maybe. Oh, what a finish for Lydia. Even par. On the bag for Emily Pedersen, winning in the Middle East these last couple of weeks.
And Cheyenne Knight finishing up on the other side of the golf course. Oh, Cheyenne drops a shot there to go back to even par. Heiji Kang for par. We saw the bunker shot, the 15th. Stay at 3 under. Yeah, ooh, I almost thought she'd made it. Maybe a drop shot, another bogey at 15th, which is just a very difficult hole, especially with the breeze into the players' faces.
Gap wedge from 100 yards. Can't feel much wind at all at the moment. Line's good. Distance is really good.
Yeah, lovely shot. If you weren't with us earlier and you're thinking, why did she wish her congratulations to her sister? Yep. Tried to sneak away, didn't it? But
Yeah, good catch.
in the middle at the bottom. You let me know over on the 9th, her final hole of the day.
Just a little partial sawed-off shot.
Good one.
Yeah, good shot.
Good shot.
Really nice. Hole location is only 3 paces off that right edge, and about 3 paces is all you have on the left side.
Oh, didn't hit it. And that's going to be a round of 71. Just moving towards the water there, that putt. But tough to read because there's a hump on the left side.
It looked like it was going to try to move back to the right. You know, it's a lot of bunch scores there.
Angela Stanford for birdie at 17. Angela's going to be relishing those 2 weeks in Texas.
You read my mind, Tom.
Yeah.
Anka Pagdananan, who contended at the Georgia event.
Sagstrom for birdie at 9. It's a nice bounce back. 3 bogeys on that front 9 for Madeline, who won earlier in the year in Florida.
The time to impart some wisdom and care for the next generation of women's golf.
She was at her most dominant before the Rolex rankings began in 2006. She would have been a dominant #1 at various stretches. Annika, of course, took off.
It was really fun to watch.
You said Angela Stanford will relish these upcoming events in Texas. You know Stacey Lewis will at Champions there in Houston. She will not relish this round today.
Won the Symetra Tour event at Mission Inn in Florida, a few hours drive from here. And a nice tee shot. 25 years of age, from Finland, but born in New York City. Chipped up to here. That's going to be a drop shot for Maria Torres. And that's going to be the first bogey of the day for Maria Torres.
Just from 150 yards, slight bit left of the hole.
From Korea, has a home in Miami. It's been her U.S. base for a while. At the 18th, Buhai from off the green for birdie.
Yeah, putter. Club of choice for nearly everybody. Oh, she's watching it.
Ooh, yeah, okay. Buhai. It's the second best round of the day.
That is, well, it's well back of the lead, but still, what, 3 shots inside the projected cut line thus far?
And 3 players in this group, all 3 par or better.
As we've seen already today, this fairly accessible hole location and one of the best approaches that we've seen. There's going to be a tap-in birdie for Heiji Kang. It's going to move her to 3 under. Heiji Kang for a birdie at 17. Nicely done for Heiji.
Beginning of the year, it's a whole new season next year. They'll still maintain their rookie status.
Tiff Joe coming off a bogey at 8. Final hole of the day. Asking for it to go, but it's going to work out well.
She's got a ball cap on that says free hugs, which is quite ironic in this day and age.
Yeah, well done. Tour has a very strict regime of testing and rules that the players have to follow.
This one's mainly downhill, flat to start with. But what I really liked was how quickly she got up and over it. Didn't waste too much time, just used her instincts.
Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day. A lot of people say there's an artist or a scientist when it comes to golf. I actually think there's artist, scientist, and athlete. And I think when you become reactive to the situation, you could use any term you want.
Hidden meaning. Julieta Granada for a birdie at the 17th. Celebrated a birthday this week. That was a par, excuse me, at the 17th. 34 years of age.
Also halfway through her pregnancy.
Player from Hong Kong. 3rd year on the tour. 259th in the world is Tiffany Chan. That's unofficial. The schedule hasn't come out yet, but I believe that's the week. Liz Nagel, the 29-year-old from Michigan.
Here's the South Carolina Gamecock herself, Sarah Schmelzel, for par. You've done some good work to get around here in even par. 70.
You still have to stroke the ball in even though it's uphill.
Yeah, okay. Leaked a few shots on this back nine, couple of bogeys, made the turn in level par.
Tiffany Chan with her sock and shoe back on. All worth it, isn't it?
Yeah, when you have a lump in your throat after your second shot, knowing it enters the penalty area.
And Maria Torres for par. I mentioned she had that bogey-free round, the last one on the golf course, but then dropped a shot at 15, so just the one bogey today. It's been a good day. Anything under par is a good round here. And